Hi, I'm Theresa and welcome to my channel. Today I'm very excited because I'm doing another vlog. So before I begin, I just want to say a huge thank you for all the love on my last vlog. I was really nervous about posting it because my vlogs hadn't previously done very well and I'm very new to vlogging, but I'm so glad that so many people enjoyed, and I will definitely be doing more vlogs in that kind of series of reading popular sapphic books. I will also apologise because this might be a bit jumpy and there might be some background noise because my house is currently very loud. Like that. So I'll try and avoid it when I can, but it's difficult because it's constant. But today I'm very excited because I am finally reading Adiba Jaigidar's books. So we have got the Henna Wars. I've been speaking about wanting to read this for so long. And so when this lovely little thing, Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating, showed up, I knew that it was just the absolute perfect time to finally read the Henna Wars, and I thought I would share it with you all in this video. So these are two sapphic YA contemporaries. The Henna Wars released last year and has gotten so much love, and I am so excited to love it for myself, finally. And Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating is Adiba's new book. This releases the day after I'm planning this video and going up, I'm pretty sure, so it's like a week from now for me filming. So hopefully watching me read this and hopefully love it will encourage you to pick it up as well, because I have heard the most amazing things about both of these and I'm super excited to finally be reading them. So just very quickly, some synopses. So the Henna Wars follows Nishat, who after coming out to her family as a lesbian is told no, it's not possible for a Muslim girl for a Bengali girl. However, this is complicated by her growing feelings for her rival, Flavia. So these two girls are both running rival henna businesses as part of this like school enterprise thing. And we really just follow their relationship. It's childhood friends to rivals to lovers, and also a lot of discussion on culture, cultural appropriation, cultural appreciation, and how this intersects with different things such as Nishat's sexuality. And I am just beyond excited to be picking this one up. It sounds incredible. I'm very excited and absolutely in love with the fact that it has lesbian on the cover. Very excited to finally be reading it. And then we also have Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating, which, as you may be able to guess, follows a girl called Hani and a girl called Ishu who fake date. So we follow Hani, who's this popular girl and she's got everything going for her, but when she comes out to her friends as bisexual, they don't believe her because she's never been with a girl before. And so she blurts out that she's dating Ishu. And Ishu is academic, she's an overachiever, and she wants to become head girl, but to do so she needs to be a bit more popular. And so a fake relationship serves them both well, as Ishu can benefit from Hani's popularity and Hani can prove her bisexuality to her friends. However, this is all a bit complicated by the fact that they don't really know each other and they definitely don't like each other. And so we follow their fake relationship as maybe things get a bit more complicated and messy and real feelings come to light. So I'm just beyond excited to finally be picking these up and to be taking you along for the journey. I'm going to be starting with the Henna Wars just to go in publication order, and I cannot wait. So yes, that's the beginning of the vlog. That's what I'm going to be reading, and I'm hoping to film this over just a few days and I can just race through them as I usually do with YA contemporary, especially when it's queer. And I don't have too much planned because I've finished uni. I've just got today and getting my hair cut, which is very exciting, and also doing a food job, which is less exciting. And I'll need to film a video tomorrow, but other than that, I've not really got any plans, so I am hoping I can just fly through these and give you all my thoughts, and it'll be a good fun time. Let's just get started. Hello, welcome to my car and welcome to my new slightly curly hair. I just got a little bit cut off, but I asked her to show me how to put curls in because I wanted to kind of play about with that. And well, they're there and they're kind of cute. It's already coming out here though, so my hair's too thick to hold it properly. But it's so cute. I'm gonna attempt to do this myself, but I'm not very good at hair, so we shall see. I've not started the Henna Wars. I brought it with me in case I was early and had time to read, but unsurprisingly, I was late. So I'll have to start that again later on. Hello, it's a bit later on, but I've finally had a chance to actually start the Henna Wars, and I'm already in love. I am 50 pages in, so that's like the first few chapters, and our main character and our love interest have met. They have reunited since primary school, and now we've got the kind of like crushing feelings, even though they don't think that Well, Nisha at least doesn't think she'll see Flavia again, but they obviously will, and I'm very excited. So far there's just been a lot to do with Nishat's culture and her family. They're actually at a wedding, and so you've got all the different outfits, different food, the different wedding culture, and how it differs here. Well, here they are in Ireland versus in Bangladesh, and it's so interesting to read. What I really, really appreciate is that the author doesn't hold your hand and coddle you, or coddle the non-Bengali reader. It's very much work this out for yourself. I'm putting all the terms in, work out from the context what this means, and it's done so well, it's done so perfectly that you can completely easily follow it, and there's very limited description of, and this means this, and this means this. And I don't know, I just really appreciated that. I think it's pulled off very, very effectively. And something else I'm loving so far is there's been so many times the word lesbian has been used, so much talking about this experience and these feelings, and like I am relating. It's so good. There's actually a bit, let me read it. I don't have a type, I say, and it's true. I never really thought about having a type. I guess my type is beautiful girl, which is a lot of them. Most of them, pretty much all girls. And like, yeah, that is my type. And this like uncertainty as well of like, is this flirting or is this just girls being friendly? Because girls hold hands, right? So like, is that flirting? Whereas obviously if that had been with a boy, you'd be pretty fairly certain that that was flirting. And again, also very much relate in that, and I'm just loving so far. It's so quick to read, so I'm definitely not seeing any problems continuing this and loving this. I'm just very, very, very excited. Happy, happy. And also, like, can we talk about how my hair's kind of like maintain this curl? It's kind of cute. I'm kind of loving it. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out how to do it because I look cute. Anyway, it's later. Hello, so it's now like after 11. I'm about to go to sleep, so I'm exhausted. But I wanted to give you like a little more check in because I have read more of the Henna Wars. I'm now 150 pages in, which is probably just under halfway. There's 380 pages, and so in love with this. I am just flying through it, loving reading it. I cannot wait to pick it up again tomorrow. I wouldn't be putting this down right now if I wasn't so exhausted. Just so in love. Something I actually meant to mention earlier but completely forgot is that this book has content warnings at the beginning, and I had a quick glance, and so does Hani and Ishu, and I just love that so, so, so much. I love it when books include trigger warnings and content warnings at the beginning. I think it's just such a good practice and should definitely be normalized, and I don't really understand the kind of opposition to it. Like, I had to put up a review recently where I said the lack of trigger warnings for this specific thing actually really ruined my experience of reading it because it was something I was particularly sensitive to at that time, and I would have chosen not to have read the book at that time. And someone's like, well, I disagree because I don't need trigger warnings. And I'm like, fantastic, but you just don't have to read them. Like, there's no one forcing you to read the content warnings page. You can just skip it. Like, I don't know. I don't understand the logic there. But I'm very, very glad it's included here, especially as we really are navigating some racism, some homophobia, some Islamophobia. But yeah, a long-winded way to say content warnings, great. This book, amazing. So in love. They're really getting into their like rivals moment. We've gotten over Nishat being like, pretty, in love, and gone like, right, she's competing against me, I'm nae having this shit. And I'm loving that so much. Another thing I'm absolutely adoring is the sister relationship. Nisha and her sister Preeti are so close to each other, and I just adore it. Sibling relationships are some of my favorites to read because I'm an only child. I usually say I've got a half brother, but he's literally old enough to be my dad. So like we've never grown up together. We've not got that traditional sibling relationship and dynamics that you would see in a book. So I do like reading that and kind of seeing that, and I love it when siblings are close like this. And Preeti is just so supportive of Nisha, and I just love them so much. But yes, this has been rambly and long, and I need to sleep, but Henna Wars, loving, cannot wait to continue and hopefully finish it tomorrow. Very, very excited. Definitely worth the hype so far. Hello, good morning. I will not lie, it's been a very stressful morning. It started off good, but then I decided I would add a bit more curl to my hair because it had gotten a bit flat, but like, there was enough of it there. I wanted it to be there when I filmed today, but there were some crises with the straighteners, and I really don't know what I'm doing. I think I burned my thumb, I think I might have melted a bit of my hair, and it's been very stressful, but I think I've recovered it. I'm looking kind of cute, ready to go film. But yes, as I mentioned last night, I read 250 pages of the Henna Wars, loving it. Read a bit more this morning, cannot wait to read more. But I thought I'd just give you this little good morning update because I look cute. So yeah, it's gonna film my video, read more of my book. I'm gonna write a couple of reviews, I think. I'm kind of behind, and I don't like being behind on reviews. I feel really bad, but I got a bit busy and overwhelmed, and I can't help that, so that's what I'm gonna do. But I want to just like expose myself here. Like, look at my cute outfit, gonna look great when I film. This is the actual outfit. I'm still wearing my bloody joggers. But yes, now you know. Here's the exclusive behind the scenes of Sappho's library. And even if I'm wearing a cute dress, I still I still have my joggers on underneath. But yes, hi, good morning. I wanna go film a video. Hello. So today's been like frustrating because filming didn't go to plan either. I've not been having a good technology day. It stopped filming partway through because I ran out of storage on my phone. Oops. But I have also been reading the Henna Wars, still loving it. I love how we've got Nishat still very obviously having feelings for Flavia, but being like, she is my rival, I must beat her. But also she's pretty because yeah, that's a big sapphic mood. But I've just been editing my video. I think I'm gonna leave it for now because I'm like, I'm a bit bored of doing it, but also I know that the bit I'm about to do, I've got to add a bunch of pictures in and I really can't be bothered because I'm lazy. So I'm just gonna go sit and read my book. Hello, so I've just been sitting reading. I'm at like 260 pages in and obviously loving it, but I just had to pick up my phone anyway, so I thought I'd check in. Nishat just met Flavia's mum, and Flavia is Afro-Brazilian, and so her and her mother speak Portuguese with each other. And I'm very impressed because I understood half of the Portuguese, even though I don't speak Portuguese. I could just kind of like infer because of French and Spanish and all that knowledge. Language things. And also because I just translated the rest, which is why I need my phone, and it's so cute. It's all like, oh, is this the girl you've been speaking to me about? Oh, she's pretty. And I'm like, that's so cute. Oh. So yes, I love it. I'm really loving reading this. I've got like 120 pages left and I'm planning on just reading that now. I'm going through it so fast. And I just love it so much. But yeah, that's my little update. I want to keep reading though, so adios. Hello, so I have finished the Henna Wars. I've completely just flown through this. It was like, you know when you're reading a book that is so good and it's just so easy to sink into and you don't even notice you're reading and you don't notice that the pages are going past? It was like that, which is my favorite feeling when I'm reading, so I'm just so over the moon with it. And I've not quite decided yet if it's a 4 or 5 stars. I'm like thinking about it, but I absolutely just loved it. Hopefully you can tell that from everything I've said about it so far. It's just the love of family, like the sibling relationships, and the love of culture, and just the lesbianism of it all. I am so in love with it. I think at the end of the video is when I'll kind of do a wrap up of my overall thoughts on both of these books once I've kind of had time to process them. But yeah, loved it. Cannot wait to start Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating. I think it's going to be brilliant. Oh, I'm dropping the book. And I'm interested to see how the author's writing has developed and if there's any like changes we can see. So obviously this is a debut and it's a fantastic debut, but I'm always intrigued to see how an author's writing develops as they move on to new books. So I'm just very, very excited to be reading these books, finally. Definitely worth the hype, worth all of this excitement I've had since it released, like last year, and I've finally gotten around to it. Definitely worth the wait, but wish I had just read it sooner. It was so damn good. I feel like I've been terrible at showing me doing other things because I like to spice up my vlogs with other things that I am doing. So here's my after tea routine. Cross stitch and YouTube or Netflix or something. Right now I'm watching a Purse Project vlog. So we have got Millie, her dog, her little pug. Yep. I adore Reagan's vlogs and I'm like attempting to kind of like emulate a lot of her style, but obviously make it my own. And yeah, this is what I do in the evenings. And I'm loving my cross stitch so much. It's so cute. I can't wait till it's done and I can like show you it completely. But yeah, gonna start Hani and Ishu later. Very excited. But for now, gonna go chill. It is time. I'm very, very excited. Look just how gorgeous this cover is. I'm so sorry that it is reversed, mirrored, whatever it is. But look at them, those girls. I love them so much already. I'm very excited to read this. Yay! Hello, so I've just read the first few chapters, like 40 pages of this book, and of course already so into it, loving it already. This one's actually different from the Henna Wars in that it is told from a dual perspective. We get both Hani and Ishu, which I'm really liking, and I think that's going to work really well with their story. And we've kind of had like our main introduction to the conflict, to the characters, to all of that. Loving it. We've got Ishu, who is very like, straight A and focus on her studies. That's the only important thing. And her family is also a lot more traditional and actually a lot more similar to the family in the Henna Wars. And then we have Hani, and the two of them are like the only South Asian girls in school. They're only brown girls in their year. And they are just so completely different, but they're all lumped in together because of this shared identity. And Hani's family seemed to be a lot more relaxed and not your traditional or stereotypical expectation for a Bengali or South Asian family. And Hani's also like she's one of the pop girls. She's friends with these white girls, and there's just this, in her point of view, it's so clear that she's got to so constantly hide parts of herself and shut down parts of herself to fit in and to not anger them or upset them by being like, that's just part of my culture. I'm loving both of their point of views. They're already so different. It's something I worry about when you go into dual perspective books, that you won't be able to tell them apart, but you very much can here. They've definitely got their own distinct voices, and loving that. And we've gotten to the point where it's in the synopsis where Hani says that she's dating Ishu even though she's not, and very excited to see how that will play out. I'm just excited to read more. I've been reading it very quickly, so I think I will just be able to fly through it, probably finish it tomorrow. It's my kind of goal. But yes, I'm gonna go keep reading and loving this, and I'll check back in later on. So I'm now 100 pages in, and guys, this sunshine grump dynamic we've got going on here is so good. I love it. That's one of my like favorite tropes or dynamics or whatever in a relationship, is grumpy sunshine. I love this dynamic and seeing the like sunshine rub off a bit on the grumpy and all of that. Like it's so cute. I just love it. So Ishu is a bit of a grump. She's very intense. She's focused on her studies. She's a bit of a loner, a bit of an outsider. Then we've got Hani, who's the popular girl. She just gets on with everyone. She's bright and bubbly, and I'm just loving them together. And just like the complete difference in their worldviews, a complete difference between the two of them, and everything that they do, and it's so funny. Oh, I just loving it so much. I'm just gonna go and keep reading. It's so good. Please pre-order it. I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun so far. Hello, good morning. So I just wanted to check in. So I read to page 125 yesterday, so not much more than my last update. I was going to read more, but you know when you go on your phone and then somehow hours have passed even though you've not done anything? I did that. So didn't manage to read much, but I'm really happy because I read over 350 pages yesterday between finishing the Henna Wars and starting this. So I'm very pleased with that, and I'm hoping to finish this today. I'm just racing through it. I'm so excited to read more. Today my only plans are editing a video and making food later, but not much else, so I'm hoping I can just sit and read this, and I'm very, very excited to continue. Hello, so I've just finished editing tomorrow's video, so it's like my main goal of today done, and I just wanted to show you something I received and in love with. My friend Ams sent me the little magnets from I think a book box she's gotten, and it's a locked tomb, so we've got Gideon and Harrow. They're so pretty. They're so cute. I love them. So yes, thank you Ams for feeling my obsession. Hello, so I've just been reading and I've not read too much, but I wanted to talk about it because it's so cute, because they're now at the kind of point where they're definitely realizing that they have some feelings happening, you know, like they're like, oh, she's not that bad. Oh wait, what's this feeling? And I love it. And I just wanted to read this like little bit to you because I think it really sums up Ishu's character. So it goes, having a crush, and I've decided that is unfortunately what I'm afflicted with, is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It's just because Hani texts her sometimes and it makes her, you know, it makes her little heart go. And I love it so much. So I'm just shy of halfway, but I want to finish it today, so I think I'm just going to try and spend the rest of the afternoon reading. I've done everything I need to, so that's what I'm going to do. Hello, so I've just had this lovely curry and I'm very proud because I made this myself and it turned out actually very nice. But I just wanted to pop in because I have finished Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating, and unsurprisingly I've absolutely loved it. It was just so good. I feel like I've been such a broken record this vlog because all I'm saying is that these books are incredible, because like they are, they're so damn good. And yes, I'll talk about this properly in my wrap up. Absolutely incredible. The ending, it just was perfect for the story. I think it resolved things really nicely, and like not perfectly, like very realistically, and it was just a good ending. I love seeing these two together. They're so adorable together. I loved all of their dynamics throughout. It's such a good book. And so yeah, I'll pop in with a wrap up next, but know that I am in love. Hello, so it's the end of the vlog, but I just wanted to wrap up a bit of my thoughts on these two books. And as you can hopefully tell from the rest of the video, I have absolutely just adored both of these. They have been so good. The Henna Wars is definitely worth the hype, and you need to get on Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating when it comes out. They're just both so incredible. So for the Henna Wars, I would say that this is actually less romance centered than Hani and Ishu. I think that we really do just follow Nishat and her connection to her culture, and how Henna plays into this and how it allows her to form this deeper connection to herself and her family. And obviously then Flavia and their relationship plays a role in this, and a role in Nishat kind of confronting how being a lesbian fits with being Muslim and Bengali, and also how Henna is so hers and her culture through this idea of cultural appropriation. And I also just adore the romance. It's definitely, like, don't get me wrong, it's a significant part of the book. It's not some side plot. Yeah, I just really loved how the two of these two worked together and these like fluttery feelings that they have, and how this complements each other and how they learn from each other, and so much of it, they're so sweet together, so cute. And I think this book was just so well written, so damn good, so just completely worth all of the lovely things everyone's been saying about it. And again, Hani and Ishu loved it. I would say this is more romance centered, and I think you really get that through having both of the girls' perspectives. I just adored their relationship. It gave me everything I want from a fake dating, this kind of awkwardness and tension to begin with, but becoming friends and then having these feelings and being like, oh, but she doesn't feel the same way, we've got to stop this. And just the yearning and the thinking everything's unrequited, and oh, it's so good, so well done. And there's also this large focus on not squashing down bits of culture. Like, this is really Hani's kind of plotline, her own individual development, and Ishu helps with this, and I really liked how Ishu helped with this in the role she played in this, but Hani really squashes down bits of herself and just doesn't share them with her white friends. And I loved how we kind of went through her development of her realizing that maybe she shouldn't be hiding, she shouldn't feel forced to hide so much of herself, and Ishu not pressuring her in any way, not saying your friends are fucking shit, you shouldn't be with them, but making it very clear that she disapproved. And I think it was just pulled off very, very well in that regard. And there's also just this focus on not like lumping them in together because they are both brown, because they are both South Asian, and how that actually just put them off of wanting to be friends with each other because they didn't want to do what was expected of them. And that was so interesting as well, and I loved how they kind of dealt with that in the book. And yes, I loved both of these girls. They both had such unique voices, so distinct from each other. And I love Ishu. She's just so grumpy, but like soft for her girlfriend and her girlfriend only. And just seeing her soften a little bit as she spends more time with Hani, and that's so sweet. And also loved Ishu swears like a sailor. She swears all the time, and you don't really see that in YA. You're like usually limited to one F word per book, but Ishu does not meet these regulations of YA. She's just like dropping them everywhere. It's great. And then you've got Hani, who's this lovely sunshine girl, so bright, so just positive, and I love her. I'm such a sucker for the grumpy sunshine trope, and how two grumpy sunshine characters will kind of play off of each other and how they will learn from each other. And I think this was done so well here, as Hani kind of learned to stick up for herself and to, you know, while still obviously being so lovely and sunshiny, but also assertive. And I just love her so much. And yeah, both of these books are just incredible, incredible, incredible. I'm so very glad that they exist, particularly for, you know, queer brown girls, particularly South Asian, because that's a very underrepresented area of YA, and I'm so glad that they exist. And you get these lovely positive stories. I could talk about them for so long, but I don't want this video to be super long and repetitive, but just so good and positive and lovely, and I completely utterly recommend them, and the hype is well deserved. They deserve all of the love that they get. Well, obviously Hani and Ishu's not gotten a huge amount because it's not out yet, but the love I'm sure it will get, it definitely deserves. And this actually comes out tomorrow in the States if you're watching this on the day this video goes up, and on the 27th of May in the UK, so definitely make sure to get your pre-orders in, library requests in, all of that, so you can read it as soon as, because it is just wonderful and you're going to want to read it. So yes, that I think is the end of the video. I shall stop talking about them, but I will not stop thinking about them. I shall leave links to both of these books down below if you want to add them on Goodreads. I'll have my link to a review for Hani and Ishu. I've not decided yet if I'm going to review the Henna Wars. You'll find out if there's a link there. And I also have a link to buy them via Bookshop if you're interested. This will be an affiliate link, so it just means I'll get a little bit of commission, but it won't affect the price for you. And this is, honestly, it's a great site. I have my affiliate in all my videos because it supports independent bookstores and actually the environment as well, because they're carbon neutral. It's a great alternative to Amazon, so definitely recommend shopping with them, whether for these or just in general. And as always, I'll also have my social media links if you want to keep up with me elsewhere. And yes, just thank you very, very much, Bookmark, for sending me Hani and Ishu. I've loved it so much, and thank you all of you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you with another video soon.